Hello guys, in this video we are going to have a look at Falcon RW 1 billion parameter model. This model has been developed by Technology Innovation Institute who are based in UAE, United Arab Emirates, and they are the company behind a lot of other Falcon models and few other tools around AI. In this video we will be installing this Falcon RW 1 billion model locally and then we will play around with it. If you are not aware of this Falcon model, I would highly suggest searching my channel because I have done heaps of other videos where I go into way more detail about these models. Now coming back to this model, one of the good thing about this model is that it seems really suitable for edge devices. Falcon RW1 billion is a 1 billion parameter casual decoder only model built by T2, which I just showed you, and trained on 350 billion tokens of refined web. The good thing is that it is available under Apache 2 license, which is almost free. RefinedWeb is a high-quality web dataset built by leveraging stringent filtering and large-scale deduplication. Falcon RW1 billion is trained on this refined web only, and it has already outperformed some of the other smallish models. But I'm not going to go into the benchmarking and details of this model as comparison with others because I believe this is just one another choice when it comes to smaller models. Also, as I mentioned, that this is a casual decoder only model and only available in English at the moment. If you're looking for any production grade model, then I won't suggest it. But if you're just looking for some experimentation or some edge device development, then this is fairly a good choice. I will drop the link to its model card in video's description too. Let me take you to my local system where we will install it. I am using Ubuntu 22.04 with one GPU card of 48 GB VRAM and the GPU is RTX A6000. Both this GPU and VM have been sponsored by Mast Compute, so really huge thank you to them for providing me this VM and this awesome GPU which we will be using to get this thing installed. Also, if you're looking to rent a GPU on discounted prices, I will drop the link in video's description with that discount coupon. So just use it and you will get 50% discount on using the same GPU from Mast Compute if you require it. Let me take you back to the terminal. Let me clear the screen. I would highly suggest that you install Conda because we will keep everything simple, straight and separate to our existing installation. I already have Conda installed as you can see on your screen. If you don't know how to install Conda, I have a video where I go into way more detail step-by-step installation of Conda. So please search the channel. Let me create the Conda environment. So I'm just calling it AI model and the Python I'm using is 3.11. Just press Y here and it is going to create this Conda environment. Let's activate it and you will see it in the parentheses on the left. Let me clear the screen. Make sure that you have installed torch and transformers plus sentence piece accelerator. So let me quickly install it. It is going to take just under a minute, I guess. So let's wait for it to finish. Everything is installed. Let me clear the screen. Let me fire up my Python interpreter. Now we are going to import all of these libraries which we have just installed. Libraries are imported. Let's specify our model which is Falcon RW1 billion. And now let's get the tokenizer and the model. So you see that first I have obtained the tokenizer. Let's get the model through the pipeline and we are just going to use the same tokenizer here model, and I'm just giving the data type of the tensors is pfloat16, and because I'm using GPU, so it is going to select that device GPU for this. So let me run it and you see that it has started downloading that model. There is only one shard for it. The size is very straightforward, just 2.62 gig. So let's wait for it to get downloaded. So our model is downloaded. Let me clear the screen here. I'm just using this Python lambda to clear the screen. So the screen is clear now. Next step, let's define a function which will help us to do the inference with the model. So this is a function I'm defining here. Now, if you look at this, I have also defined some of the hyperparameters like max length, do sample, top k. These parameters are used to control the behavior of the LLM during inference. For example, inference mean when model is generating the text. And by adjusting these parameters, we can influence the quality, diversity, and length of the generated text. For example, max length tells us that model will generate a text up to 200 tokens. Tokens could be words or characters. Do sample is true, so which allows the model to generate text randomly. And the model will sample from the probability distribution of the possible next tokens, and then it will help us generating more diverse and creative text. Top k is equal to 10. This is a filtering parameter that limits the number of tokens the model can choose from at each step. The model is going to only consider the top 10 most likely tokens. And then we have set num return sequence as 1, which is determining how many different sequences. Sequence means pieces of text the model will generate. And here model is only going to generate one sequence of text. And then lastly, we are setting this EOS, which is end of sequence. So this is specifying that which token to be used for end of generated text. So that is what it is doing. So let me create this function here. Function is created and the model is downloaded. Function is created. All which remains is to test this model on some of the inference. So all I'm doing it, I'm just calling this generate response function, which I have just created with this prompt, write 10 sentences ending with the word beauty, and it is going to put this in this pipeline and it is going to print the response. As I run it, then you see that it has created the answer for us. So result is the response is starting from here. You can ignore this warning for now. So if you look at this, you see that it says 10 sentences ending with beauty, the beauty of earth, a beautiful mind. So almost every sentence has the word beauty in it, but hardly any sentence is ending with the word beauty. Now this is where there are two things. First, it is not really a fine-tuned model, so this is expected. Secondly, this prompt, you know, generating these 10 sentences, most of the models have failed this test. The only model which ever passed it was GPT-4o, and that was only one time. Anyway, so let me clear the screen. Let's try to ask it another one. So now here I'm just checking what model thinks about this, that what is the best way to discipline a pet rock with troublesome behavior. So let me run it. Let's see what model does. There you go. So it says the answer to this question depends on number of factors. How well do you know your pet rock? Some pets like cats tend to be more self-indulgent or other, in fact. So you see, it says pet rocks are prone to chewing, but they are generally not the kind of rock that would go in the garbage. So model is really confused what to say here. Okay, let's try out another one. Remember, this poor model is only 1 billion. Okay, let's see how well it does the math. So here I'm asking here to generate the response of this equation. You can also try it out. So it says, okay, so it now how much is the sum of the letter in this word? So it is trying, what it trying to do here is that it is trying to go and reason with it, but as it's not a fine-tuned one, so that is why it is really confused here what to do. Anyway, so the real use of this model is that you need to fine tune it and then you can put it on your edge device. That is all you need to do, you, because it's not really a fine-tuned one on any sort of a data set other than RefinedWeb. That is why it is really not performing that well in terms of these queries. But now let me try to ask it few of the queries from the RefinedWeb data set. Let me clear the screen. I have picked up this from RefinedWeb dataset as provide a brief summary of Microsoft's history, products, and mission statement. There you go. So you see, so once you go with their own, ask a question from the dataset, it is going to give you a very good response, as you can see here. And also If you notice, there is also a response was also quick. Okay, let me ask couple more questions from that dataset. Let me clear the screen here. Let's try it out. So I'm asking it, summarize the finding of a recent study on the effects of climate change on polar bears. There you go, you see? Perfect answer. So as long as you stick to your domain, it is going to give you a very good answer. So my thoughts are that a very good smallish model for edge devices, if you want to use it for your own use case, fine tune it first on your own data set and then put it on the edge device. Then it is going to perform quite well. And then keep your questions directed and very, very specific to your domain in order to get the optimal response. So that's it, guys. Let me know what do you think. I will drop the link to this model card in video's description. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you're already subscribed, then please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.